Hey, what's up everyone? KobanRani456 here today, presenting you all a new episode of Fan Game Fridays. And for this video, we're going to be trying out the S Factor, Sonia and Silver. So I want to give a big thanks to Aquaslash and his friends for creating this game for us fans to enjoy. And if you all would like to go download it and try it out for yourself, make sure to go to the links in the description below and you should be able to find it there. And as always, if you all are enjoying this series, Fan Game Fridays, and want to keep on seeing more weekly, make sure to go and show your love, support, and demand down below, Kobanamites, and smash that like button. This helps out tremendously. Let's see if we can get the like goal of 3,000 likes once again. But anyway, let's go ahead and start this game out, as that was a little intro video kind of showing some gameplay off of the game. And let's see, so we've got options here, and what we've got is menu theme, spike behavior, whatever this is all about. So sadly there's no worst behavior, so we're not going to be checking that out. Super music, sound test, and then password. So I'm guessing the password unlocks something, but man, it's been forever since I've seen a game with, like, you know, a password option in the menu or whatever. Like, that's something super old. I think the last game I saw something with that was Speedy Gonzalez on the Game Boy when I was like really young. But anyway, we're just gonna go ahead and start this game off. Usually it's like a debug mode where you check out unlockables and whatnot. But alright, so we've got Sonia the Hedgehog and Silver the Hedgehog. So I'm gonna try out Sonia for the first act. And for all the people who don't know who Sonia the Hedgehog is, she basically hails from the Sonic Underground TV show. I don't think she's ever been playable in the video game, but basically she is Sonic's and Manic's sister, and she plays the keyboard, I believe, in that show. I've never actually watched Sonic Underground. The only thing I remember from that show is, they made a vow, their mother will be found, Sonic Underground. And that's literally all I remember. Just the last few lines of the intro of this actual show. So a little bit funny, but I've heard kind of mixed things about it anyway. Like, some people are like, oh, I love the show, and some people are like, oh, I absolutely hate it, it's terrible. So I don't know, maybe I just have to watch it for myself and see what it's all about. But you know, I've never really watched a ton of the Sonic TV shows. I've watched, you know, the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, you know, Sad AM, and, you know, Sonic Boom and Sonic X and all that stuff, but never really watched Sonic Underground. But yeah, I believe Manic is the one. Wait, okay, so she's got, let me see, she's got like a little insta-shield kind of like thing to where she swings her foot around her like a kick, and then she's got some drill attack, like, it almost looks like SBO Spin Dash from Sonic the Fighters and Knuckles Chaotix, so that's pretty cool. Sadly, you can't jump out of it, so yeah, basically it's just it's kind of like a boost on the ground that you don't really have to charge up or anything, so that's pretty cool. I'm just collecting rings just for no reason, and okay, we are done with this stage. So Sonia got through Act 1. Now all I'm going to do is, every act I'm going to alternate between characters so that you can see Sonia, Silver, and Scourge. So yeah, anyway, there we go. That was Act 1, and I believe we've got ourselves a Chaos Emerald mission. So let's see what this is all about. It looks a little bit weird. What the heck? What the heck is the background? It's like some glowing red hellish world. Okay, oh my god, alright. So it looks like we gotta be careful around here. Oh, am I trapped? Looks like I'm trapped. I don't even know how to get out of this, and we're dead. So, the water drains your rings. That's definitely something interesting, but there we go. Okay, so one really stupid thing I found out about this game is that there is no save function at all. So I had to replay through Act 1 all over again with Silver, which is kind of something very annoying, because when I want to play with Scourge now, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to actually have to play through Act 1 and 2 all over again with Scourge. But anyway, so yeah, Silver here. He has the ability to hover, which is pretty freaking awesome in my opinion. He also has an ability where he can, let's see. Alright, I'm gonna actually get on the ground quick so you can see. Alright, so he can actually use his psychic powers to control different projectiles. Like, I'm gonna get close to this dude here. Alright, there we go. Then we can just fling it back at him. So it plays very similarly to Sonic 06 in some ways with how he controls, to where you can, you know, take different like projectiles and weapons that enemies fire at you and just use them right back at them. So pretty awesome. It's like a boomerang almost of some sorts, or not really that. I don't know what I was trying to go with there, but all right. But yes. Oh God, Jesus! What the? Hello? What happened if? Oh. Now it all makes sense what they were talking about with those Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 spikes. Okay. So one thing about Sonic 1 and 2 with the spikes is that Sonic 1 basically made it to where if you hopped onto a bed of spikes, you'd have no invincibility frames. Even though you're supposed to technically have invincibility frames after getting hurt, it didn't really matter because, okay, just, really? I can't glide through that? How do I get through that? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so you could have invincibility frames like normal when you get hurt, but if you got hit by a spike and fell into another bed of spikes, you're going to die instantly. There are no invincibility frames, so that was one thing that was really annoying about Sonic 1, and something that happened a lot in Labyrinth Zone and in Green Hill Zone on like the last act. That was something that happened a lot, and it was very annoying indeed. So I guess you could say those spikes are actually on their worst behavior after all. They're the Sonic 1 spikes. Let's see, so can I like somehow spin dash through this stuff, or I feel like I'm very limited with Silver because he can't do nearly as much as Sonia, and Sonia has like all these different like abilities and crap, but Silver, he's just like, I don't know. What the heck is this man doing? Okay. God dang it. I don't have enough speed. Oh, maybe what I'm supposed to do is roll. I didn't even think of that. I can just roll into... I'm so stupid. Jesus Christ. I'm so stupid. Wow. I need to play the classic games more. And in fact, I need to play Knuckles Chaotix sometime because I'm getting like somewhat Knuckles Chaotix vibes from this. Like, it has a layout almost similar to like something you'd see in Sonic CD or like Sonic, or I'm sorry, not Sonic, Knuckles Chaotix, which is one of the few classic Sonic games that I have not played. So I need to try that out sometime. I need to play that, Sonic Shuffle, and then there's another game that I haven't played. But yeah, I would love to see Silver as his own playable character in like a future Sonic game or something like that. And make him actually cool. Like, you know, make him have this like moveset that he has in Sonic 06, but give him more speed. Just, I don't know, make him more interesting. Alright, people, so now we are going to be playing with Scourge the Hedgehog. Now, if you want to download the save file to actually use him, what you want to do is go to the links once again down below, and you should see a video where you can download the Scourge save file. Anyway, let's do this! Alright, so here we are, going to Spectra Valley Act 3 with the one and only Scourge the Hedgehog. And for all the people who don't know who Scourge is, basically, he's a character that was introduced in the Sonic Archie comic series, and he's basically the evil version of Sonic. In fact, he was actually called Evil Sonic at one point because in this alternate dimension, there were, you know, basically versions of all of the Freedom Fighters, but instead of them actually being heroic and, you know, good, they were actually evil, so those counterparts were called, like, you know, Evil Sonic, Evil Tails, Evil Sally, all that stuff. And Evil Sonic, what he would do was he would wear a leather jacket and sunglasses to kind of, you know, basically give off this, like, rebellious vibe to him and, you know, seem a lot cooler than Sonic. And one day, you know, basically the reason why he actually, you know, turned into Scourge was because one day he went to Angel Island and he fought Knuckles' father, Locke, managed to harness the power of the Master Emerald, and because of this, he became more powerful, but his spikes turned green. So because of this, he was like, hey, you know what? Since I'm more powerful than Sonic now, and, you know, I no longer look like him, I'm no longer an evil clone of Sonic. So I'm gonna go ahead and name myself Scourge. And that is how we've got Scourge the Hedgehog, ladies and gentlemen. But the sad thing is that for all the people who love Scourge the Hedgehog, is that we're no longer going to be seeing him in the Archie comics because Ken Penders now owns all the rights to this green furry hedgehog. So that's a little bit of a bummer for all the people who, you know, liked Scourge. Me, myself, being one of those people. But, yeah, freaking Ken Penders, man. Ken Penders is, God, like, has anyone seen his disgusting Leon Da series that he's trying to start up? Like, seriously, that series just looks so gross. It's like Ebola to the eyes. Like, I've never seen character models look so disgusting. But alright, so we are going on to the second phase of this boss fight. And by the way, we're actually going against Eggman Nigga. Like, I don't know if y'all know who Eggman Nigga is, but he's basically the alternate dark version of Dr. Eggman. And are you kidding me? Yeah, we had no rings, so we definitely weren't going to be lasting for a long time there, that's for sure. Alright, so here we are, back at the second phase for Eggman Nigga. Seriously, this boss, so annoying. Like, I don't think I've ever faced off against a boss this annoying, especially a first boss for a Sonic game. This is pretty brutal, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so be careful about, yeah, be careful about the lasers. Okay. The lasers and the big ginormous checkerboard ball. Okay. Of course that would happen. Alright, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. 3 hits on this dude. Alright. Just make sure to... Okay. Jesus Christ, of course that would freaking happen. I'm so sick and tired of that dude's weird hitbox when he goes into the ground. Okay. Alright, there we go! Finally! This dude's finished. Whew! That was hell, man. That was serious hell. I cannot stand that dude. But anyway, there we go. That is it for Spectra Valley and for this video. So thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, like I've always said, make sure to go and show your love and support down below. And leave a like and a comment. And also let me know, which character do you think was the coolest in this game? Do you think Sonia was cool? Do you think Silver was better? Or do you think Scourge was the best? Would love to hear what you all have to say. And also, would you like to see Scourge and Sonia in a future Sonic game like this? But anyway, that's it for this Fan Game Fridays. Hopefully next week I will be doing Sonic Boom, which is an extremely difficult fan game. I didn't do it this week, mostly because I definitely need to practice for it. It's one of the hardest fan games I think I've ever seen. So I'm going to try and see if I can show that off next week, and hope you all are excited for that. But anyway, that's it for this vid, so thanks again. See you all, have a good day. Peace, Republic of Cobanamites.